my name is Joey, and I'm part of What If Elephants, an indie pop group.
My name's Alanna, and I am also part of What If Elephants. I play keys and I sing as well in the band.
So where did you guys get the inspiration for the band name?
Man, finding a band name was probably the hardest part of being in the band. No, being in the band is actually easy because we have fun together. But the band name just came from like a brainstorming session with a bunch of friends, just trying to come up with cool band names. And then the idea of like elephants are cool, they're pretty grand and cool animals. So we're like, okay, let's maybe try some ideas with that. And stumbled across this idea of like, it just kind of happened as we were throwing that idea around. Like, oh, what about this? What about that? What if elephants kind of just flowed out of the mouth and kind of fit with this idea that we are trying to write songs that tackle the elephant in the room. So talk about real things that sometimes we try to avoid talking about in kind of a more public or open setting. So yeah, that pretty much sums it up.
It's super interesting. I love that idea.
Thanks.
So have you guys had some projects throughout the quarantine that you've been working on?
Yes, actually. Alanna has one right here.
Are we talking musical or live?
Anything.
Yeah, I was
all kinds.
Check this out. So I mean, Alana's like now moved on to knitting this awesome sweater, but this is like a blanket that
I crocheted over Christmas. Yeah, this is crochet.
This is like this chair. This like what you're looking at right here is actually where we spend most of our time.
This is like where we live. We have the rest of our apartment, but this is our.
This is where we live.
Yeah.
This is where actually
we hibernate here.
Yeah, the sun comes up there in the back behind us where in the morning. So this is the brightest room in the house. It's just like where we end up spending most of our time. So Alanna, sat right there and threw this together. I've been in the darkness in the other room doing a lot of production this year. So I'll name drop a few projects if anyone's ever interested in checking these out. So Angel Baribo is an artist, First Nations artist from the Cree Nation. They spent a couple weeks here, not after quarantine, just before, and we wrote this EP together. It's incredible. Angel Baribo is an incredible artist. I'm just gonna drop that name. That's the one that comes to mind. And recently they just released a music video for the song "Wish We Were Older." That was really, really touching. And then aside from that, we've been working on our EP, and we are very excited to be releasing a series of singles for that. And
yeah, we've got lots of new stuff coming out in the next couple months.
Yeah, and we just released a Sugar Daddy actually on January 29th. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I don't know. There's other projects that we've been working on, but it could take up too long.
Yeah. So first of all, just that thing that you made over there, that blanket, how long did it take to make?
I think I did it over the course of like two or 3 weeks or something. Just like in the morning, I would take a little bit of time, but not like actually a full 3 weeks. But yeah, just like a nice thing to pass the time.
Cool.
Yeah.
And second of all, you mentioned the song Sugar Daddy. You released the audio and a video, correct?
Yeah.
And how was that process?
Yeah. I mean, it's interesting. Like the easiest part of that process is definitely just releasing it, just like putting it on the internet and letting it go out there. It's been really fun. We are like everyone in the band. We're all kind of we really enjoy hanging out with people, all of us, but we are all not inclined to spend a lot of time on social media. And for this EP, we're lucky enough to be working with Factor Grant, which like gives us money to invest into marketing like we never have before, which is really fun. And we also got to, you know, spend a little bit more and pay more people to help us with the music video and the song, which we're really grateful for. So we also kind of want to step up our game on social media, and that has been like working on a muscle you didn't know existed. Like that's been definitely an interesting thing, because when you release something, you want to actually put in like just as much work as putting the song together. So that's been, in terms of the release, what it's been like has been like surprisingly busy after the release, which is good. Yeah, I don't know if you want to talk about the music video shoot at all, or
We did it in the summer, so it was nice to see that vibe, even just like in January, releasing something that felt like playful and memories of summers of past, and hopefully, well, this summer coming soon. It was really great to work with everyone. The team that we had, they were amazing. Everyone just really did a super great job, and
we had never done an outdoor video, so we seized the opportunity while we could, before Montreal got locked down and like covered with a curfew. But
that curfew thing.
So that's kind of, it's been good. It's definitely had its challenges and its hiccups, but like any creative endeavor usually does. So yeah.
So what gave you the idea, or what inspired you to shoot an outdoor video for the first time?
Oh, I think part of it was honestly just that we hadn't yet, and the second part was just the vibe of the song just felt like it needed, you know, like a bright sunny day. Like it just felt like it needed
light.
This song has gone through like 3 rewrites, and even on the first like version of it, we already wanted to involve ice cream. It's had it's had 3 versions of writing, and it's had 3 different music video concepts, and each of them involved ice cream. So ice cream was destined to be with this song.
It's part of the song.
Yeah,
forever will be. I should listen to it eating ice cream then.
Absolutely.
If you want
the full sensory experience.
Nice. It's cool. Actually, I want to ask you before we move on, where was it filmed?
Saying let me think of
something Richelieu.
Saint-Jean-sur-Richelieu.
Yes, thank you.
You said Saint, and she said Richelieu. So I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah. There's so many like hyphenated names.
So that was like in the baseball field. Those scenes were filmed there, and then the other scenes were actually in a Dairy Queen parking lot just down the street from where we live. So we walk past it all the time, and we thought it.
And that's where the ice cream came from.
It's not. They were closed when we filmed there, but that would be cool.
They did.
We filmed there like, what was it, like 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. or something?
Yeah.
Like after.
Oh wow.
The owners did give us permission to film there, and like timed the lights to stay on longer for us. But yeah, it was like, honestly, for the summer of 2020, when like just, it was like basically the worst summer of like our experience in Montreal just because of COVID. That Dairy Queen down the street was like our lifesaver. So
saving grace of the summer.
You guys spent a lot of time there.
A lot of time, a lot of money.
So
wow. Well, that's nice that they let you use the area.
Absolutely. That's great.
So another question I had for you guys is, have you done any live stream shows, or by any chance any live shows in person?
We've done some live stream performances. We haven't put on per se a show where there's like full-blown production. It's been hard to choose like what to do, because we've seen some people do it really, really well. For us, where we were in the production stage of our EP, it felt like a difficult thing to put the right amount of energy to pull off a live show like the way we would have wanted to do. And even now we're still we're working on just getting enough material together to promote the songs like we want. So a live experience or like a live performance of the EP is definitely in the works, but yeah, we wish we could have done more, but at the same time, it just didn't look like a good idea. Like we would have been able to do something we were super excited about.
Another question I had for you guys is, how else have you been keeping busy throughout the quarantine?
Whew.
Last summer we went biking a lot, did a lot of bike rides around the city, which was a lot of fun. Even with our drummer Justin and his girlfriend, what did we do, like 60K together one day? That was a lot of fun.
That was terrible.
A lot of fun for me, terrible for Joey. Both of us have really sore butts after.
I don't think I'm gonna be able to.
Yeah.
I'm not a very sporty person. And that was trying for me. But we like you binged a little, but I binged a lot. Like I watched a lot of TV, especially near the beginning of COVID-19. Like I watched so many shows. I don't even know. So I hadn't watched Lost. So I watched that. My goodness, there's honestly, I've watched too many. I don't even realize. Like sometimes I'm like scrolling through those platforms now, and then I realize. But like Jack Ryan, The Boys, those are both on Amazon Prime. Like, of course, like reach out to like all your family members and try to like find who can lend you a membership to like every streaming thing. Rewatched like a lot of the Marvel Cinematic Universe movies, and
right now we're watching WandaVision. Every episode comes out every week.
Okay.
But each episode, one episode per week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If there's a human being out there who hasn't watched, what's that one where the guy, he's like a teacher and he's doing all those drugs. He's cocaine. No, it's not cocaine. Crystal meth. I can't think of it. Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
Right.
If you're gonna watch Breaking Bad, take your time, because I watched that in like a week or something, and I was very depressed and very disturbed after that. Great show. Just if you're
you watched the whole thing in a week.
It was or something like that. Just like too short a time. Like it was. I really had no work for a little bit. Which
I was gonna say you had a lot of free time.
Yeah, there was a chunk of time where I had no work and no motivation. So I watched so much TV, and it was a bad idea. But now things have a better pace. Yeah, I'm working. So I will if anyone's interested in this. I am working on a project right now called Romeo Eats. So you can find this Romeo Eats on Instagram and on TikTok. It's this 3-year-old, and he is the cutest kid ever, and he loves eating everything, and he has such a great sense of humor.
Yes, who is this kid?
Yeah, so he is the son of a couple of the members of Walk Off the Earth. Super awesome band, and he's a friggin' dynamite.
Oh yeah, he's awesome.
He's great. So that's been a really fun project.
I came across that, yeah.
Yeah, he's got a super great fictional twin brother named Rocco.
Yeah.
Skills that they do together, it just brings me so much joy.
We watched one just before this.
Yeah, more into it. I came across it.
Yeah, so good.
If you're feeling down, it's a good pick me up.
Yeah,
too funny.
Yeah.
Too funny. So, it could be music, like work-related musical, or general. what are some of the things you miss the most since COVID started?
For sure, people. I
Yeah,
mean,
that's like
it's
the first one that comes to mind.
yeah, people. Definitely miss shows. It's
Traveling.
yeah, traveling.
Both of us have the travel bug and just like
Yeah,
want to get out of Montreal.
yeah. Um, what else is there to miss? I mean, like I think honestly, just especially be like living in Montreal, it's such a great city to kind of be out at night, and there's a little bit of like I don't know, like you walk down the street sometimes and you're like already there and you like want to find a place to eat. Montreal has so
Yeah.
much food, and especially in the winter, like when you want to go eat somewhere, and if like you're out, like you can't go and sit inside. You have to like get the food and like take it home. So that's been I miss going to restaurants a lot actually.
Yeah.
That's true. We were like out for a walk one night and we're going home, but we had to take the metro and like we went to Starbucks to grab a drink and we're like on the metro and we're like, can't even drink this. Like
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can't.
wait till we're outside and yeah.
Have you guys been finding the metro kind of like creepy lately? Or I don't know. With COVID, I find it like
Yeah, it's you're definitely like you're like, should I touch this? Do I lean here? Like do I sit?
Also when people like, so if you're sitting on one of the 2-seater benches and you're just sitting there, but then somebody comes and sits beside you and you're like, did you really need to do this? Like, couldn't you just stand?
Or on the
you know,
or on the
I've actually been putting my bag on the chair next to me, whether it's the bus or the metro, and I don't let anybody sit there. And there was once that someone asked, "Can I sit there?" And I'm like, "No," you know, or they would sit kind of thing, and I would like get up and walk away.
yeah.
it does. Yeah, it's
It's hard because each person has a different comfort level. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. And we are not scientists, and like there's the things you hear. So without being an expert yourself and understanding all the mechanics of it, I do tend to lean on the side of, even with a mask on, your air has to escape somewhere. Like it's not all going through your mask and being filtered. So sitting side by side feels a little risky. Um, but I think for the most part, for the majority, I have seen people being pretty courteous in terms of giving each other space on there.
yeah,
So
sure, for the most part.
yeah, I haven't felt too sketched out, honestly, but I've been on the metro maybe like 5 times this year.
Okay, no, I work and I travel by public transit, so, and I work in a school too, so that along with everything else is
Oh yeah.
tough.
Yeah.
Well,
sure.
hey, like from us to you, thank you. Like for, I mean, just like there's like I mean, especially me, I'm working from home, and I feel super lucky. But like,
The
yeah,
rest of my
Alanna,
family is working from home. I'm the only
yeah.
one out.
Okay. Yeah.
But like, yeah, people working and like Alanna's also doing work with in like in the food industry and education, and especially like throughout the whole thing, healthcare workers. It's just been like, as the year goes on, it feels like everyone feels more informed and we're a bit more familiar with like COVID-19. But
But with these variants too now that are coming out, it's now that you're finally understanding the general part of it, now that all these other things are coming in, it's like, where are we now, you know?
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so it's, in that sense, I guess it is, I just don't face it a lot, so I don't think about it a lot.
Yeah. But hopefully with the vaccine out and more people getting vaccinated,
Yeah.
getting closer to the end. We're not getting closer to the beginning. So
Let's hope.
Yeah.
My fingers are remaining crossed.
Yeah.
Day by day. Yeah.
So hopefully that'll be a good thing. So I've asked everything I wanted to ask. I don't know if you guys have anything else you want to bring up or mention that we haven't spoken about.
Yes, we are getting ready to release another single with a group called Flara K. We're very excited about it, and for anybody watching this, we will let you know that it is called Guilty Pleasure. We've just kind of been dropping that like whenever like we're having conversations with people, but we haven't like published it officially.
Yeah.
So don't
stay tuned on the
yes.
socials.
It's a reward for someone who watches all the way through the video. So,
Yeah.
they'll find out, but don't put it in, don't put it in post. Yeah, we're super excited. We just filmed the music video. It's gonna be really fun, and we're hoping that people really participate in kind of the follow-up. We're gonna have fun with the song once it gets released. We're gonna be doing a bunch of videos. We are not active at all. We have not one video on TikTok, and we are going to try out our
chops.
Yeah, at TikTok with this song, and we hope it'll kind of engage people a little bit.
Resonate, yeah.
Sweet. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, I'm nervous.
It'll be fine.
Yeah, it'll be an adventure. It's a new undertaking.
For sure. Well, I thank you guys for joining once again. It was great talking.
Thanks for having us. Yeah.